South Africans, if you can, I know it's a big ask, but if you can, delete your TikTok now. The Chinese government is using TikTok to destroy the youth. They're being turned into alcoholics. They're being turned into abusers. They're being turned into sex addicts. So if you want your kid to be successful in any way, shape, or form,
Get them off that app.
keep them off of TikTok, please.
TikTok is particularly appealing to a younger, more impressionable audience. You may be thinking a possible negative effect on children and teenagers is a flaw of the internet in general and not really specific to TikTok, but TikTok is designed with a pillar of the CCP's original propaganda philosophy in mind, the construction of role models. There's a reason why China's version of TikTok, Douyin, is so different from the version they send to the rest of the world. If you're a child under the age of 14 in China, Douyin shows you the educational videos like science experiments and museum exhibits, with the rest of Chinese TikTok showing hard-working everyday civilians helping their country and sacrificing for the greater communist good. And yet if you're that same child in the United States, TikTok shows you sex, vandalism, crime, social disruption, and other dopamine-satisfying degenerate clips. And when preteens in the US and China were surveyed, asking what is the most aspirational career they hope to achieve, the number one answer in the US was to be a social media influencer, while in China, it was to be an astronaut, which is why it's clear that Mao's old method of creating idols has been turned on its head and used as a weapon.
And they make their domestic version a spinach version of TikTok, while they ship the opium version to the rest of the world.
What China uses to unify their population culturally is now being used to sow dissent and weaken the population of the West. And it's evident that the role models that Generation Z is exposed to almost always come from TikTok.
China is definitely not people you want to mess with.
This is a very genius move from China.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
what they're planning to do, or what they're doing right now, is they created this app which controls what the youth sees.
Yeah.
So this app is currently destabilizing the youth of the West, making them degenerates, making them unable to focus on things, exposing them to sex, alcohol, crime, all these things that kids shouldn't be seeing.
Yeah.
And I think what the plan is that in the next generation or two to come, obviously when the youth
They would have destroyed.
obviously when the youth becomes adults, there's not going to be many of them that are going to be hardworking adults, right?
Absolutely.
So what they're doing is they're creating a demand for hardworking labor. And it's only the Chinese that are really focused on creating hardworking people from young.
Yep.
Now they're going to create a demand for
skilled
skilled and hardworking people, and the rest of the world will not have that. And then now they will become that superpower, controlling.
Absolute controlling the rest of it.
Yeah.
I think that's always been a thing for China is control. If the government decides to ban TikTok, people are not going to understand this is their identity that will sort of be stripped away from them.
It's really genius because this is an old tactic that people way back then used to use when they want to take over certain countries or land.
Control.
Yeah. So what people usually do, or what these conquerors would usually do, is they come invade a land, and they know that the best way to destroy a society is to basically destroy the youth. So usually what happens is they will come in, invade, and then they'll kill like all the men,
all the firstborn,
all that
whatever.
Just to kill off the youth that remembers the time from before. And then now it's going to be a youth that only remembers
that doesn't understand the struggle. That's the biggest problem. That's why I'm saying, like, a lot of the people will be fighting against that movement and feel like it's a violation of the right. People get really emotional about these things. Like, they'll feel like, well, this is a space where we get to express ourselves and we get to be ourselves and whatever. You as the government have no right to stop that or to stop us from doing that. This kind of generation, if we're being honest, especially the very westernized generation, we're too concerned about discovering our feeling, not too concerned about, the future. It's about living in the now. We're not too concerned about where are we going with this. It's like, we're not too concerned about having morals and in fact, it's crazy because if you don't have a structure that you're sort of working towards, then you kind of don't have a set direction. And it's like countries that choose to retain those things or retain those morals, they will end up being strong forces.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take it back now here to South Africa. And how TikTok is affecting the youth in South Africa. If you've noticed online, especially in the past couple of years since the pandemic started, like there's been a very big uptake in the youth drinking a lot. And you see that quite a lot on TikTok. If you're scrolling through TikTok, you see women drinking, gulping entire bottles in one go. You see people in the club, you see sex, but it's mostly alcoholism here in SA.
Yeah.
So what TikTok is doing is breeding a bunch of alcoholic young people.
Yeah.
And you're seeing that more and more now. Now, alcohol.
But I think it's just, don't you think it's just embracing what is already there? Like
No.
South Africans are huge alcoholics, and things like alcohol has been like a huge coping mechanism
Yes, but
for South Africans.
What TikTok does is it takes everything and dials it up to 11.
Yeah.
So what we usually see in modern society, TikTok bombards you with that constantly every day.
Yep.
Dials it up to 11. So now, in my time growing up, drinking alcohol was still kind of like,
Yeah.
it was like a bit, it wasn't like so open as it is now.
Yeah.
And then with the course of like social media and stuff like that, drinking alcohol became more and more accepted. But now with TikTok and bombarding like these kids with people drinking alcohol,
Challenges, alcohol challenges,
doing all of these crazy things.
finishing a bottle of Jaeger, finishing a bottle of this, and then
So now you're seeing more and more young kids posting themselves with alcohol and drinking alcohol and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Before it used to be like when 15 or 16 and above.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing 12-year-olds, you're seeing 8-year-olds now
Yep.
drinking alcohol and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
So now it's creating a whole generation of alcoholics.
alcoholic.
Now as a child, you've become addicted to alcohol. You probably become addicted to sex as well. Before you've even given your body the chance to fully.
And like now, it's like, unlike before, you didn't have to experience this from being around people that did it, or being in circles that did it, or growing up in a household that was just, very reckless with such things. It's like, it's just pick up your phone and you're gonna see it all. You're gonna see it all.
So that makes it even worse. So you as a parent can create this healthy environment for your child where they're not exposed to alcohol or drugs or any of that substance abuse, but they can still pick up their phone and be exposed to that every single
I think
day.
TikTok also, another thing that TikTok has definitely done is started a culture of, and that's the culture of following, being followers, if you get what I mean. People, it's like almost like people, we kind of like don't have minds of our own, if you get what I mean. And it's like a whole world of zombies. But if you just step outside of it a little bit and you just analyze it, it's really just zombieism of everyone doing the same thing. Even if you don't like a song, now you're going to do a challenge because everybody's doing it.
So to go back to the point of like the youth, right? What I find particularly scary is that now creating this whole generation of alcoholics and sex addicts and whatnot. Now you're seeing more and more with the youth. You're seeing more and more cases of gender-based violence. The youth are abusing each other more. You're seeing Tonya Ndele's son abusing her, like his.
And it always
girlfriend.
ends up the same way.
You're seeing even that other story we covered the other time, the Anati, he got abused as well. Like the abuse is becoming more and more prevalent in the youth because now there's alcoholics and now there's like sex addicts, and cheating is now normalized amongst us in South Africa.
But it's another thing is because people literally live on the app now. It's like people live on the app. Everything about themselves, the whole day, it's on there, literally. But maybe they're not blogging their lives, but they're on there a lot. Like they're on there for the bulk of their time every single day.
Lastly, I just want to talk about the effect of TikTok on your mental psyche. So TikTok is designed to destroy your attention span. When you mindlessly scroll for hours every day consistently, you will notice that you find it hard to focus on certain tasks. Now you can't sit through a 5-minute YouTube video. I noticed this myself when I started using TikTok to find content for the channel.
Yeah.
Now when I sit through YouTube videos, I get bored quite quickly.
Yeah.
And also you can't finish movies.
You really want something to get to the point very quickly.
So now it's created this whole culture of people that have short attention spans, that can't concentrate, that can't sit through stuff.
Yeah.
And it's greatly affecting like media in general, because now if you notice on YouTube now, people have created like this Mr. Beast content where Mr. Beast is shouting at you and you're seeing text popping up at you just to retain you.
I recreated Willy Wonka's chocolate factory in real life.
We're spending the next 100 hours in go-kart. I gathered some of my friends, and whichever one of us builds the craziest Minecraft item to impress.
In this briefcase, I have $25,000. There are 10 YouTubers and I have 5 ways to double. Here's why. One of my favorite YouTubers, right?
That's Mr. Beast Island.
Because if you have like a slow, nice, relaxed video, people click off from it and they get bored quite quickly. So I take that very personally because I'm a video editor and I see that the retention graph and people clicking off quite quickly if they get bored and stuff like that. And I've also noticed it in my personal life that I can't sit through YouTube videos anymore because of the short form content that I'm.
And I guess that's why like YouTube also pressured into creating shorts as well.
But moral of the story is for me, South Africans, if you can, I know it's a big ask, but if you can, delete your TikTok now. The Chinese government is using TikTok to destroy the youth. While they're destroying our youth, they're building their youth. And once we become incompetent, incapable, not hardworking adults, we're gonna look to the Chinese to bring in the labor, and that's how they're gonna take over our country. But more importantly, our youth is being destroyed. They're being turned into alcoholics, they're being turned into abusers, they're being turned into sex addicts. So if you want your kid to be successful in any way, shape, or form,
Get them off that app.
keep them off of TikTok, please. Please keep them off of TikTok.
This is gonna be a hard one, to be honest, like, because people are just gonna be like, what? You kidding me? You are joking.
And funny story, just to give you guys context, I put subtitles on our videos that we post because I'm hoping that if you're constantly seeing words popping up at you all the time, it will retain you much longer. You'll stay interested in the video much longer. And I actually want to stop making content for people with short attention spans and make content for people that have much longer attention spans. Yeah, so if you stirred this video up until this point, just comment down below if you like the subtitles, if you want us to keep the subtitles, or if you want us to do away with them. Oh, and by the way, the US government is planning on banning TikTok.
Our government doesn't care like that.
Our government will pick up on these things too late.
Too late. I don't know. We might not see the dangers now immediately because we are enjoying and we're having fun on the app.
I see them every day.
It's dangerous. It's bad. Like, it's really bad.
Yeah, you guys let us know what you think about this whole topic.
Yeah, let us know if you agree that really TikTok is dangerous and it's something that we should definitely keep away from our youth. Or you like, nah, it's not that bad. Let us know.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And keep watching. Bye.
We'll see you guys in the next one.